It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Obasanjo. One common mistake Goodluck and Buhari should have made that the next president should avoid. The news headline. By 2023, Nigeria will have a new president to take over from President Buhari. There is one common mistake Obasanjo, Goodluck and Buhari have made that the next president should avoid. The mistake is the issue of continuity. The nation is not making much progress in infrastructural development because governments fail to build on the works of their predecessor. Each time there is a new president, ongoing projects of the previous president then the next begin to spoil because the new government wants to have its own project. No government has the interest in continuing from where the other left off. The lack of continuity in government has negatively impacted several sectors in the country. Most companies that have started running effectively have collapsed and gone into extinction because of the inconsistency in government. When Obasanjo took over from General Abdulsalami Alhaji Abubakar in May 1999, he left many of the projects of the Abubakar because he came in with his own policies and projects. When Umaru Musa Yar'Adua took over from Obasanjo, he came with so many interesting agendas and projects, forgetting that there were lots of Obasanjo projects that needed continuation. The same thing happened when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan took over, and the same is still happening here now in Buhari's administration. It is not a crime for a successive government that succeed an outgoing one to start a fresh project, but it is not right totally to abandon an existing and almost completed project initiated by an outgone government, especially the ones that could bring infrastructural development to the country. The recurring questions on the lips of citizens who are also taxpayers is, what happens to the lofty and half-done projects instituted by the outgone government for the people? The writer is of the opinion that he sees not only a waste of resources and taxpayers' money, but a counterproductive way of governing and building lasting infrastructure for the nation. Therefore, that the next president should avoid by 2023 to not make the mistake of continuity, which is not making the nation progress. And also, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria had actually come again at President Muhammadu Buhari. Immediately after swearing in of President Buhari, who took more than 6 months to constitute his cabinet, and sadly, the cabinet ministers are mostly opportunistic, cash-guzzling politicians with zero commitment to Nigeria's national economic revolution and advancement. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria actually said that Nigeria has continued to meander the path befitting failed, weak and juvenile states, a state that had very great prospects. They averred that it was disturbing to note that while Nigeria is the third most terrorized country in the world, next to Afghanistan and Iraq, the Buhari-led government actions are centered on cows in such a way that cows are more secure in Nigeria than Nigerians, just as the herders are armed to the teeth to the knowledge of government authorities. Also, the Human Rights Writers Association revealed that Nigeria's public debt stock, which has reached $84 billion, with debt service costs gulping about 80% of entire government revenue. Nigeria's external debt increased by 107.4% from $12.6 billion in 2015 to $27.4 billion by the end of 2019. Furthermore, the rights group expressed worries that between March and June 2020, a total of $10.26 billion new debt was approved by the National Assembly, while other approvals for more loans were also given this 2021. Of the 4 administrations who have led Nigeria since our return to democracy in 1999, the current administration holds the worst records in terms of economic growth. Olusegun Obasanjo regime from 1999 to 2007 has had an average growth of 6.9%. His immediate successor, Umaru Yar'Adua, did even better in his 2 years with an average growth rate of 7.6%, while Goodluck Jonathan delivered 5% growth rate in his 6-year term as president that ended in 2015. The group added. Relatedly, Human Rights Writers Association also used the occasion of the 61st independence celebration of Nigeria to call for cessation of conflicts and attacks in the southeast of Nigeria so dialogue can be embraced. The Human Rights Writers Association further called on indigenous people of Biafra to strictly enforce the suspension of the Monday sit-at-home order, as well as the United Nations for intervention and the release of Kanu. And these were the words of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, that the Independence Day celebration was just a charade and that the Buhari-led administration needs to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where they say that the country is actually failed already, and the ineptitude, incompetence, and insensitive high-handedness, and also the nepotism by the Buhari-led administration of the country has led us all into disaster and woes. The group also said that that good governance has actually been abandoned, and that Nigerians are now suffering from conflict and terrorism in the country, saying that President Muhammadu Buhari is actually falling into this kind of mess because of the kind of people he surrounded himself with, such as Garba Shehu, who is the presidential aide, and also that other people who are just not telling President Muhammadu Buhari the truth just because of their selfish and pedestrian interests. The Human Rights Writers Association also challenged President Muhammadu Buhari to initiate concrete, genuine, and deep national reconciliation and dialogue, and not to go after people that are clamoring for their right to self-determination. In a statement signed by National Coordinator Comrade Emmanuel Onwubiko, Human Rights Writers Association carpeted the nation's political class for their alleged collective and classical lack of leadership acumen. The experience of Nigerians since 2015 has actually been impressive, and before then, Nigeria was the third fastest growing economy in the world, next to China and India, with a growth rate of close to 7%, but the economy contracted immediately after swearing in of President Muhammadu Buhari took more than 6 months to constitute his cabinet. Therefore, the Human Rights Writers of Nigeria had actually said that the state of Nigeria now is disturbing because it is now the third most terrorized country in the world, next to Afghanistan and Iraq, and that the only thing that the Buhari-led administration is doing is centered on cows, and that Nigerians, just as others, are armed to the teeth to the knowledge of the government authorities, and that the past government had actually recorded a good growth in the economy than the present President Muhammadu Buhari's regime, saying that there is need for the indigenous people of IPOB to continue with the agitations to secure the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thanks for listening.